is a video book review of Ender's Shadow by Orson Scott Card. This book is a companion novel to Ender's Game and focuses around Bean, a 5-year-old genius. Born in a lab, he escapes alone less than a year old after an attack in the lab. Somehow surviving by himself for years, we see Bean being named by the gang leader Poke, who was making fun of his short stature. Unaffected by this, he helps Poke and her gang get food by gaining them access to the soup kitchen. A recruiter realizes Bean's intelligence far surpasses anyone she's tested before and recruits him into the Space Academy, which trains soldiers to fight against the alien buggers. Once he is in the school, he easily surpasses everyone else, including the other prodigy, Ender. Bean notices he is often compared to Ender, and this sparks his interest to find out more information about him. As Bean continues to go up the ranks, he is eventually assigned to secretly create the Ultimate Army by the higher-ups. Ender is appointed the commander, and Bean uses this chance to show himself to Ender. Ender seems to have no knowledge of Bean and thinks he was put to command an unfit army when it was actually created for him. Winning game after game, Ender finally places his trust in Bean, and this is when Bean could see how great of a leader Ender is. Bean eventually notices a difference in the attacks and games given to them. He realizes that this war has started, and anything from this point forward, every death of his fleet in the computer wasn't just in the computer. Knowing Ender and the other commanders wouldn't take this well, he decides to keep this a secret. On the last and final test, they were faced with an impossible attack, with the only escape being a suicide mission. As Bean sends his fleet on the last mission, he remembers a quote from the scripture of Absalom's rebellion against his father, King David. He softly quotes, "Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom. Would God I die for thee, O Absalom, my son, my sons. God be with you." He then sends his fleet to their death, down to the home planet, wiping out the enemy fleet and the queen. This book will have to be one of my favorites, and I enjoyed it far more than its companion novel, Ender's Game. Bean was a more likable character, and the plot was also more diverse compared to Ender's Game. If we compare the books, we could see how different Ender's and Bean's views were, even though Bean knew what Ender was thinking most of the time. When Ender could never see Bean's full potential, we could see just how amazing Bean actually was. I would definitely recommend this book to everyone that enjoys action and science fiction. This book was written amazingly, and I love reading it over and over again. You can feel and truly sympathize with the characters in this book, and this is what genuinely made this book such a fast and fun read. A major theme found in this novel is to never judge a book by its cover, or in this case, a person by their appearance. Bean is at first the laughingstock of the school. As he quickly completed classes and eventually joined the older students, the others soon realized his brilliance. While other students were playing around and not understanding the real reason for the school, Bean was effortlessly hacking into the system and evaluating every student. He was also figuring out the school's plan and was always one step ahead. Bean is also seen as incompetent by Ender, the main commander of the fleet, which in reality, Bean would have been a far greater commander if not for his inability to socialize well with others.
Created using Powtoon.